Great. Thank you very much for coming this morning. You'll have to forgive me. I've for the last 18 or 19 months or so, I've given more or less the same presentation over and over again. This is the first time I've actually started from scratch and done something entirely new. So that may be a benefit or really, really painful. So we'll see over the next 20 minutes or so. But thank you for the introduction. A lot of that stuff actually really resonated with me. Because I go to a few banking conferences and talk to sort of senior people in banking and talk a little bit about customer engagement. And it's all about the millennials. And I sort of kind of sigh and shrug a bit when people say that. Because I'm 31 years old. I was born in 1985. I guess that makes me a millennial. I've never described myself as a millennial. It doesn't really mean anything to me. Frankly, how much I have in common with a 19-year-old today, I don't know. But fundamentally, I think we started out building a bank for ourselves at Monzo. We surveyed our first 2,000-3,000 customers, and overwhelmingly they were iPhone using, they were male, they lived in London, worked in technology, and were aged about 31. So I was building a bank for myself, which made it a lot easier, because I hung out with people like me a lot. But as we've broadened out, we've now got 80,000 cardholders and 250,000 odd people signed up to our community. We've had to seek to understand different types of people, and we've not always done a good job. So I'm going to talk a little bit about building a bank with our customers, and just tell you a bit of the story of the last 18 months, the kinds of things that we've done to really understand and engage with our customers, both at the very early adopter core, but then spreading out to potentially the early mainstream now. So first of all, what is Monzo? Oh, God, that's backwards. How do I go? Are we right at the back? I think we're at the back of this. Let me go right to the start again. Good presentation. OK, start again. Aha, building a bank with our customers. So Monzo is one of the newest banks. We got our license in August of this year. I've been in retail banking for 3 months. Before that, I've worked in financial services and fintech, I guess, for about 5 or 6 years. And we started out on a 2-year journey to get a banking license. And our license is currently restricted, and the restrictions will get lifted hopefully early next year. What we did that was very different to many of the other so-called challenger banks out there was very, very early on, we launched a prepaid card, which is hot coral, and some of you may have one. And if you don't, I have a handful, so you can skip the waiting list and come and get one. And that was really, really instructive. Launching something early, even though it wasn't fully featured, it wasn't perfect, we explicitly told people this doesn't work, right? We said it even started out as an alpha, not even a beta. This is an alpha. It will break. And the first 500 or 600 cards did break pretty horribly, and we fixed it within about 2 or 3 weeks. And then after about a month or two, something strange happened. The most common query stopped being, why doesn't my card work to buy my groceries, and started being, can I have another one of these? Can I have one for my brother or sister or my parents or my wife or my kids? And that was the moment we knew we were onto something. And that was after only 8 months, literally after starting the company, that we rolled out these prepaid cards super, super early. We were really, really transparent with our customer base. You actually had to come to the office to hear me sort of stand on a stool and say, thanks for your help, guys, but this will break. You're guinea pigs, it will break, but come and help build the kind of bank that you'd be proud to use. That was the messaging. We tested the hell out of this, but build the kind of bank that you would be proud to use. And that really, really resonated with people. People took, and as you had to come all the way to our office to get one of these damn things, people took days off work. People came down from Glasgow and Edinburgh, across from Bristol and Bath, to our office on a Tuesday night, invariably, to pick up one of these cards. And we're now at 80,000 cards distributed. The last 70-odd thousand, you didn't have to come to our office. We now post them. So this is our office in just down the road in Shoreditch. But we've had probably, 5,000 or 6,000 people through our doors now, which has really, really helped foster that kind of transparency and genuine connection. Just going back to my notes. So I think the things that really define us, first of all, it's being just ultra, ultra transparent, even when it's painful. Second is being genuinely useful. So not seeking engagement so that we can then cross-sell you stuff. So we don't measure dwell time in the app. We don't measure app opens. Like, I loved Google's early mantra, which was, we want to get people off the site as quickly as possible, because that means we've done our job properly. Same with Monzo. If you never have to use the app, actually, that's kind of great. We've done our job. We don't want you coming back to the app all the time. It's not a KPI for us. So as well as being transparent and genuinely useful, I think being genuine. We talk like millennials because many of us are millennials. We use emoji in a lot of our communications because we genuinely use emoji in the way we talk to our friends. And I think finally, the thing that I've really learned and I didn't understand 18 months ago is that it can be delightful. Actually, your personal finances can be delightful. And that relationship with your bank is more like, if done right, it can be one much more like a friend or a peer talking to each other than your bank manager going sort of cap in hand asking for money. So moving on. Is there a timer up here or not? I'll keep time on my watch. Nope, OK. Well, just wave at me if you want me to get off. So I don't know how long this takes because I've never done it before. I timed my old one to like bang on 90 minutes. But so we talked about broadly our values, who our customers are, me, who we are, Monzo, come and get a card. So some of the more tactical stuff we've done over the last 18 months. The first of all was our community forum. So it's available in-app or on the website. And basically, this is a public forum. You can go community.monzo.com. You can actually have a read of it now. And you can see the top row there. Pink is our head designer. I'm the little face with the beard. I is my uncle, who spends a lot of his time on the forum. But we've had, I don't know, tens of thousands of people on this thing. And we use it for all sorts of engagement. I was at a design studio yesterday giving a sort of similar talk. And they said something that really resonated, actually. The kinds of feedback you get from different people is you need to really understand the kinds of customers who are giving you feedback. So our community are basically sort of our brand police. They are not useful for giving feedback on product features necessarily because they are like the most powery of power users out there and they'll demand every feature on the sun, but they are really good at saying, hey, like that's not on brand. That doesn't feel like Monzo. That's a misstep. So that's a really useful first check for us. So what we do with any new feature, we post a sneak preview. So genuinely, our design team goes and puts prototypes on our forum. And if you're our competitor, you're very welcome to go on our forum and see all the stuff we're releasing over the next 6 or 9 months. It's all up there. Because it allows us to be really, really open and transparent, and we get this great feedback, which is, hey, that feature feels spammy or insincere, or it's just not clear. So this is a sneak preview of our budgeting, which we posted several months ago. It's gone live. And we iterated on this a lot, even at prototype stage with these designs in the forum. Another one that's a sneak peek that went live 5 or 6 days ago was Monzo Me, which is launching today. And if you'd been on the forum, you can see exactly how it's going to work, pre-launch. Monzo Me is a way to collect money from anyone else in the UK who has or hasn't got a Monzo account with 2 clicks. It's really, really cool. It's launching about 4 o'clock today. But if you want a sneak peek, head to the forum and have a look. So the forum's a really, really useful way that we get our sort of brand policing, I guess. That led on to a transparent product roadmap. So we were doing these one-offs and sort of broadly, as soon as we could prod our design team to actually post what they were working on. They're very, very reluctant, actually, our design team, because they're kind of perfectionists. So we really have to push them to show stuff early. And it was kind of ad hoc. So what we did is collected it all in one place with a public, this is, again, on the internet. You can go and see what's on our roadmap for the next 3 months, next 6 months, and longer term. And we should probably adjust those now. It's probably more like the next few weeks and the next 3 to 6 months. But you get the picture. And you can click into each of these and see a design sort of sneak preview, and you can vote on them. And the reason I say you should not listen to necessarily your power users is the top vote, Apple Pay, which I think the majority of the population don't care at all about, and power users who use iPhones and live in London care a lot about. So anyway, just be wary when you're sort of listening to your power users on your forum, because they're a bit crazy. OK, the next thing we did, who can guess what this is? It was our rename. Someone asked me earlier, why did we change our name from Mondo to Monzo? Broadly, we got a trademark challenge and a lawsuit, well, not quite a lawsuit, but a trademark challenge. And the challenger had a lot more money than us and frankly was going to make our lives very difficult, and so we had to change the name. And what we did was go back to our community and basically explain this, super transparent, that we've had a challenge, we've got to change the name. We want to keep the M because we kind of like the logo, and it's easier to make a choice if you constrain your options, so M it is. Then we asked our community to come up with suggestions. We got 14,000 name suggestions in 48 hours. 3,000 of those people took a selfie and sent them to us with, some terrible names here. These are pretty good. Moolah, had a lot of Moolahs. Anyway, what was important, again, is sort of engagement, transparency, not necessarily a democracy, right? We very, very actually never just do a straight vote of our users. We would end up as Bankface or something ridiculous. But it was an amazing way to connect with our users again. So we have our office plastered with all of our users who suggested all of these great names. 6 people in all suggested Monzo. If you work out how many actually letter combinations with vowels that start with M, there are less than 14,000. So probably every single M combination was suggested by at least someone. But 6 people suggested Monzo, and we really liked it, and the trademark was clear, and we could get the .com. And so we invited those 6 people to our office in London and a bunch of our other community and had a big party. And it was great. We announced the rename. So we spent £0 on a brand agency, or we spent a little bit on trademark lawyers, unfortunately. But broadly did the rename pretty quickly with our customers. I'm going to skip that. Who can get, well, it's on the slide. As a continuation of this sort of being transparent, being built with our users, and our users helping build a bank that they could be proud of, actually letting our users own part of that bank is super, super important. And own in a very real way. It's not like some token, one share that's worth 0.0001 pennies. It's actually like a pretty significant investment for some people. So we raised £1 million alongside 5 million from a VC. We gave our crowd exactly the same terms as professional investors, which upset a lot of professional investors. And we sold out in a world record 96 seconds. We had about, I don't know, probably 10,000 people on the site clicking at once. If you remember back in March, we actually crashed Crowdcube for about 3 hours under the sheer load of people coming and trying to get in. So we ultimately raised money from about 1,840 investors, I think, investing an average of about £550 in the bank. And again, amazing for customer engagement. These people are now our most loyal advocates. Finally, before I stop, I just want to talk a little bit about the way we deliver customer support. So it's in-app chat, and this will be in your iPhone. It has a ton of emoji, and even Doge memes, which are 2 words I don't think I've ever said out loud. So just some headline stats. We get about 5,000 interactions per week, or conversations per week. About 99.5% of those are in-app chat, despite us having an email address and a phone number printed on the card on the website. Our customers prefer to use in-app chat as a primary method of communication, perhaps because you're already authenticated into the app. So once you start this chat, you don't have to go through painful layers of security. You just say, hey, I've got this problem, can you sort it? And so we're able to resolve the problems really, really quickly. The feedback we've got about this is amazing. People say things like, it feels like I'm talking with a friend. You can do it sort of under the table in a conference here. You don't have to go and interrupt your day to phone your bank and wait on hold for half an hour. So it feels like a really natural way for many of our customers to engage with us. And it delights people. So they go on Twitter and talk about Doge memes. That's a Doge meme, if you haven't ever seen that before. But it's just a sort of delightful, genuine way to engage with our customers. It's not something that a bunch of bankers in suits have sort of, in a boardroom said, we should have more Doge memes. It's just a bunch of people who are broadly the same demographics as our customers, who are empowered to delight our customers. So I think that's been absolutely core to what we're doing. So a combination of all of these things broadly delivers banking which is highly personal, which is delightful, which is hopefully useful, and more than anything, which is genuine. So I think that is the key to building customer engagement, not slapping on various cross-selling opportunities, but being genuine, being useful and being genuine. So that was Monzo. I've got some cards afterwards. Thank you for listening.